Hello friends! Initially, only 3 engines were listed in the price list. In subsequent years, the list of proposed motors has been constantly expanding. The Audi A8 D3 was equipped with a 3.0-liter 6-cylinder petrol engine with 220 horsepower, which in 2005 gave way to a 3.2-liter 260 horsepower V6. A V8 was also installed, a 3.7-liter 280 horsepower and 4.2-liter 335 horsepower. The flagship versions were equipped with a 450 horsepower W12, and the S8 was equipped with a 10-cylinder unit of the same power, 450 horsepower. The diesel line of engines is represented by a 3-liter V6 with a capacity of 233 horsepower, as well as a 4.0-liter V8 with 275 horsepower and 4.2 liters with 326 horsepower A8 with Index D. These are considered the most dynamic representatives of the species. Surprisingly, both 6-cylinder petrol engines, 3.0 and 3.2, despite the modest power on paper, in reality turn out to be quite efficient. 220 and 260 horsepower A8, due to the low weight of the units on the front axle, rides well and behaves almost like a sport. A 3-liter engine rarely causes problems even with high mileage. Damage resulting from the destruction of the timing belt, a consequence of neglecting the recommended replacement intervals. The 3.2-liter FSI, available since 2005 in 2006 models, is a lot more of a hassle. Don't expect anything good from hearing a rumble or a rumble from the engine bay after starting, and a constantly lit check engine light. All this indicates stretching of the timing chains and, as a result, a shift in the valve timing. This problem has been well known in all VAG models for many years. It is believed that the cause is either frequent trips over short distances, or the use of an engine oil of poor quality or the wrong type, or a combination of both of these factors. Sometimes the injection pump starts to make noise. The A8 is truly luxurious when one of the 3 8-cylinder engines is in the nose. A choice of 3.7-liter engine with 280 horsepower and 2 4.2-liter units. 3.7 and 4.2 with multi-port fuel injection are equipped with a timing belt drive and 2 chains connecting the camshafts. After 250 to 300 kilometers, chains may make noise due to stretching or failure of the chain tensioner. If you pull with the replacement, then the sprockets on the camshafts may wear out, and in the worst case, the chain will jump. An earlier 4.2 would be a better choice. Troubles with it arose only in the first years of production. The valve timing regulator was noisy. The problem node was replaced as part of a service action. Cases of overhaul of engines with a volume of 3.7 and 4.2 liters are quite rare and occur after 300 to 400,000 kilometers. Introduced in 2006, the 4.2 FSI is a slightly lighter and more economical, but not as durable. Over time, carbon builds up on the intake valves and timing chain durability problems are found. The chain set is located on the back of the motor. After 200,000 kilometers, oil leaks from the engine are detected. To eliminate the leak, you must remove the engine. However, in general, all 3 V8s are considered quite reliable. Average fuel consumption is about 12 to 14 liters per 100 kilometers. The big Audi, with its low interior noise levels, luxurious equipment, and spacious interior, is perfect for long trips. This circumstance made modifications of the A8 with diesel engines even more attractive. Turbodiesel's 4.0 liters with a capacity of 275 horsepower and 4.2 liters with 326 horsepower with a common rail fuel supply system for many years topped the list of the most powerful self-ignition engines. As standard, both diesel versions were equipped with an automatic transmission and all-wheel drive. In addition, they have dynamic and driving characteristics comparable to sports cars, and at the same time do not require frequent visits to gas stations. But receipts for payment come later. After 150,000 kilometers, the first problems appear. High-pressure pumps fail, and defects in the timing chain drive, 4.2 liters, appear. Another trouble with dire consequences is the destruction of glow plugs. Its fragments fall into the cylinders and completely disable the engine. Spare parts for a V8 diesel are extremely expensive. Another problem with the 8-cylinder bi-turbo is fixed at a lower cost. We are talking about jamming of the turbine geometry control rods. However, it is enough to process them with a special heat-resistant lubricant. The less powerful V6 TDI, 233 horsepower, is much weaker but more durable. The 3-liter turbodiesel with common rail system attracts attention in very rare cases. Imagine a luxury sedan without a machine was unthinkable. With the exception of the V6 gasoline engine, all versions of the A8 were equipped with a modern 6-speed ZF automatic transmission of the 6 HP series. Although Audi does not provide for automatic transmission maintenance, it is still necessary to periodically change the oil in the box, along with the filter to extend the service life. Unexpectedly, the repeatedly condemned Multitronic turned out to be reliable. This continuously variable transmission was available in cars with a 6-cylinder petrol engine and front-wheel drive. The box performs its functions without serious flaws. The all-wheel drive system usually does not cause any problems. The main thing is to regularly update the transmission fluid. Air suspension debuted on the 2nd-generation model. 4 sealed rubber elements have replaced conventional steel springs. As a result, the A8 could turn either into a soaring and comfortable motor ship or into a dynamic and sports car. There were generally no problems with the air suspension system, with the exception of a relay that could force the compressor located in the front left wheel well to work continuously. The unit overheated and failed, after which it needed to be replaced. But with age, the compressor and air bellows inevitably get tired. The front air bellows run over 150 to 200,000 kilometers. Factory front axle wheel bearings are capable of traveling over 150,000 kilometers. Analogs go from 50 to 100,000 kilometers. Rear wheel bearings typically last over 250,000 kilometers. After 250 to 300,000 kilometers, one has to deal with the failure of the electrically controlled parking brake. Usually brings the electric motor located on the caliper. Less often, the handbrake electronic control unit becomes unusable. Soon, the ABS unit also fails. The advantages of the high-quality aluminum body of the Audi A8 D3 are obvious after many years. Even a fairly battered car with slightly clouded headlight reflectors looks dazzling. Doors and hood close as easily as the first day after purchase. The body is not prone to corrosion. However, if chips appear with repairs, it is better not to pull. The first centers of corrosion can sometimes be found at the junction of the roof with the side panel. Over time, the chrome lining on the trunk lid also begins to corrode. It is not uncommon to have to repair the rear LED lights or change the interior lights due to cracking of the glazing of the reverse light. Inside, traces of heavy use are visible on the driver's seat, steering wheel, and worn cover of the buttons on the MMI panel, climate control, and doors. The retractable screen of the navigation system deserved a lot of criticism. Over time, the plastic gears of the drive mechanism are destroyed. Resourceful motorists install homemade metal gears, which eliminates the problem forever. Also, the navigation DVD reader sometimes fails. On vehicles manufactured after 2005, this problem no longer exists thanks to the MMI system and hard drive navigation. However, the MMI system itself can cause trouble. The unit or control panel fails. Sometimes the automatic headlight height adjustment centers begin to act up. The defect is fixed at a small cost. On aged machines, the climate control system will inevitably require attention. The damper servo motors, the stove valve block fail, the heater radiator clogs, and the stove fan stops working. The keyless go, keyless entry system fails from time to time. Usually, you have to update the outer handles. If you know of other model malfunctions, be sure to write about it.